Welcome to Search the Scriptures, where we are in the book of Hebrews, and we are on study number 18. There are 20 total studies in the book of Hebrews. We're on study 18 today, which covers chapter number 12, verses 18 through 29. After today, just one chapter to go. Verses 18 through 24 of chapter number 12 ask this question: list the ways in which our Christian privileges under the new covenant excel the experiences of the Israelites at Sinai, and of what ought we by faith deliberately to be conscious when we draw near to God through Christ and his shed blood. Question number 2 from verses 24 through 29. What is here said to be impending and inescapable? And how do we know this? And how, in consequence, ought we to live our present earthly lives? So let's look at chapter number 12, and let's look at verses 18 through 29. You have not come to a mountain that can be touched and that is burning with fire, to darkness, gloom, and storm, to a trumpet blast, or to such a voice speaking words that those who heard it begged that no further word be spoken to them, because they could not bear what was commanded. Even if an animal touches the mountain, it must be stoned. The sight was so terrifying that Moses said, I am trembling with fear. So the writer of Hebrews is conjuring up that image when Moses went up to receive the 10 Commandments. Verse 2, but you have come to Mount Zion, to the heavenly Jerusalem, to the city of the living God. You've come to thousands upon thousands of angels in joyful assembly, to the church of the firstborn, whose names are written in heaven. You have come to God, the judge of all men, to the spirits of righteous men made perfect, to Jesus, the mediator of a new covenant, and to the sprinkled blood that speaks a better word than the blood of Abel. So see to it that you do not refuse him who speaks. If they did not escape when they refused him who warned them on earth, how much less will we, if we turn away from him who warns us from heaven? At that time his voice shook the earth, but now he has promised, once more I will shake not only the earth, but also the heavens. The words once more indicate the removing of what can be shaken, that is, created things, so that what cannot be shaken may remain. Therefore, since we are receiving a kingdom that cannot be shaken, let's be thankful, and so worship God acceptably with reverence and awe. For our God is a consuming fire. Back to those questions from verses 18 through 24, let's list the ways in which our Christian privileges under the new covenant excel the experiences of the Israelites at Sinai, and answer the question of what ought we by faith deliberately to be conscious when we draw near to God through Christ and his shed blood. Well, we don't come to a mountain of gloom and destruction, but we come to one of joy and one of righteousness. Jesus has radically transformed what worship is all about. We no longer need to tremble with fear, but we can walk boldly into his presence because we have the assurance that the blood of Christ has paved the way for us. From those last 6 verses, what's here said to be impending and inescapable. And how do we know this? And based on that, how should we live our lives on this earth? Well, the judgment of God is both impending and it's inescapable. The constant prophetic warnings of Scripture, followed by their fulfillment, should be reason alone to understand that the warnings that have not yet been fulfilled are awaiting us in the future. There is, however, another reason that we absolutely must believe in the inescapable judgment of God. And that reason is the fact that God is just. And while a just God would not send a righteous person to hell, that same justice demands that the unredeemed not enter heaven. God's not going to be fooled by any amount of flowering language on our parts in our closing arguments. He'll see right through our shabby defense, and he will bring about a just judgment that will either set us free forever or damn us for all of eternity. I hope that you are living uprightly before the judge of all the earth today. If there's anything that you are trying to hide from him, just realize it's not hidden from him at all. Come to him, ask him to forgive you, ask him to remove that from you forever. He will be more than willing to do that, and he will restore you. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. God bless.